Your car feels like it has lost its mind, maybe refusing to shift out of a certain gear, or perhaps the four-wheel drive system just will not engage no matter how many times you press the button. When you plug in your scanner, you are greeted by the code P06A6, described as sensor reference voltage, a circuit range performance. That sounds incredibly technical, but let us break it down into plain English, because it is actually a very logical problem. Your car's computer, the Powertrain Control Module or PICM, acts like a master electrician. It sends out a steady, reliable 5-volt signal to various sensors around the engine and transmission. This is called the reference voltage. Think of it like a ruler that the computer gives to the sensors so they can measure things like pressure, temperature, or speed accurately. If that ruler is broken, or in this case, if the voltage drops too low or spikes too high, the sensors cannot tell the computer what is going on. The E in the code just tells us which specific circuit group is acting up, and you will need a wiring diagram for your specific make and model to identify exactly which sensors are on circuit A. Usually, this affects the automatic transmission, transfer case, or differentials. The symptoms can be weird, ranging from a speedometer that bounces around to a transmission that will not go into sport mode. Diagnosing this requires a bit of detective work. Start by looking for the obvious. Open the hood and check the wiring harnesses. You are looking for connectors that are loose, corroded, or wires that have been chewed on by rodents. Since this is a reference voltage code, if one sensor on the chain shorts out, it can bring down the whole line, triggering the code. Use your digital multimeter to check the voltage at the sensor connector. You should see a steady 5 volts with the key on. If you see 12 volts, you have a short to power. If you see 0, you have a break in the wire. A pro tip here is to disconnect the sensors one by one while watching your scanner data. If you unplug a specific sensor and the reference voltage suddenly comes back to normal on the other sensors, you have found the bad apple. It is rarely the computer itself, so focus on the wiring and the sensors first. Once you think you have fixed it, clear the code and drive the car until the computer runs its self-checks, known as readiness mode, to confirm the ghost is truly gone.